You are listening to the Cigar Noise Boys.
I wish I was a pirate ship wrecked down in Mexico, where the oceans turn to silver
Is this
and the beaches turn
is
to
this
gold.
the Lonely Island? Captain Jack Sparrow.
I'd make love to some señorita in that town. Then I'd go on my
Justin
boat
Timberlake?
and I'd sail the ocean around.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. 305. No, it's Kenny Chesney pirate song.
I don't listen to country. There's a country song called Pirate Song.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, there's no way you haven't used this before.
Well, I don't see. I only listen to good. That's subjective. I'm gonna have to check it out because now I'm gonna add it to our playlist on Spotify. Cigar Noise Boys intros, and hopefully it doesn't suck.
What's up, guys? It's Cigar Noise Boys, Tyler and Dom.
We skipped last week.
We skipped last week. I worked a double, of course.
Yeah.
It was unplanned, so it wasn't like I don't know about it in advance. But first thing I want to say is Dom's still working on the contract with BDP and Hustler.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a busy time for the boys.
What month is it, Tyler?
March, aka Pirate Month.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the rum.
Yes, it is. Ted, friend of the show, just called me out for a level up shot in our cigar ICS Discord. So cheers to you, Ted. Cast strength rum.
Oh, the one I used to be a part of. Can you tell our listeners what I'm letting my cigar up with?
Oh, recovery. Yeah, he's got a barbecue lighter. Little wand. Why are you doing that? Like you're completely devolving. I get that bigger coming back. I need some water.
It's handy. So I went to Dallas and hung out with the Paynes, Cigar Brandon, and Mother Leaf, Kelly Payne. Yeah, man. Those guys are awesome. Kelly spent all night making me cake balls, and I'm probably the funniest person their daughter has ever met.
That's great.
Yeah. So I overindulged in the Oreo cake balls, and the next morning when they wake up, I said, "Hey, Kelly, just a warning. Didn't call back. They have two huge, ginormous dogs." And I said, "Hey, Kelly, just a warning. I think the dogs got in the fridge because we're missing about 7 to 10 cake balls." And their daughter laughed for like 5 minutes straight. And Kelly's like, "Okay, it's getting creepy." And then she'd be like, so it was pretty fun. It was a good time. The dogs are very intimidating, even though I mounted one of them. They must have forgot about our connection because they acted like they never saw me before. But those dogs are ginormous, and they're intimidating. They got huge members,
ears,
snouts. Yeah, big, floppy, stiff, veiny ears.
Is a tail considered a member? I don't think so. I think you need like bone. No,
bone, T-bone.
That didn't make sense.
What are you smoking? Something Aventura? The Voice,
no.
maybe?
This is like on the extremity of Pirate Month. Crystal Baller by Surrogates. I feel it kind of works with the mystic old school pirate.
It's not Gypsy Month.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure in Pirates of the Caribbean 3, I'm pretty sure Jack Sparrow looks at one of them crystal balls.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm smoking the Neanderthal C3, the 4.5 by 60. I busted open my Weasel Fest pack. Yeah, man, it's been a good day smoke wise for me.
Word on the street. So if you ranked like the top 3 from that pack, obviously you say War is number 1. What do you put as 2 and
There's
3?
4.
4. Well, I said pick your top 3. Oh, they didn't do.
Oh.
Didn't they do like a Wonderlust in that size too? And
oh yeah, you're right. They weren't in the kit though. My favorite's the War, the Peace, C3, Husband.
Got it.
That were in the pack. What about you?
Peace number 1, and I've only smoked the 2 of the others. I think I would throw War second over the C3. What's the other one called? The Husband?
Yeah. Whiskey Rebellion Husband.
Dude, hey. What do you like to talk slander on? What one stick?
I know there's Queen's Pearl.
No. Okay, the HBC 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
I'm going to light that up second. I tried one, it was 2 weeks ago now. Really good. Much better. That Cuban-esque flavor come through.
Okay. No, I love Rainier's stuff. That one just didn't knock my dick off for $15.
I mean, I 100% would rather. Well, I can't say this. I haven't tried the La Rosa 520 $20 plus torpedo that's coming out. You see that this one is getting to where it'd be worth the price point where it wasn't at first, but smoke maybe got them.
Remember when my segment fell flat with the whole have cigar smoking jump the shark? Remember that with Brandon?
Yeah, it didn't really work.
There's no mainstream. Flow. It's too mainstream. Now I want out. I want out of the game. I got another reason I want to get out of the game. You need a 4th job to afford smoking cigars. It is outrageous how much cigars are. Like the new stuff coming out. If it's not much below 12, that new HBC is $20. If you told me 10 years ago HBC would be coming out with a $20 cigar, I would choke you.
Laughed in your face. Choke.
I would have spit my coffee out. Like choke and stroke.
Choke, spit.
$20 in your face. That's insane.
Spain charges cost extra.
I thought this was funny too. Half Wheel reviewed the Paladin de Saka, the new one from Dumbarton. They rated it a 91. It is $30. And in the review, they said they thought it was funny, or that not funny. I don't know the word they used, but that they came up with a cigar called Without Compromise, and then they made a new one that's even more without compromise because now it's $30 instead of $15. Like, wouldn't the first one be $30 and then the second one be? I thought that was funny.
Extra Supreme Deluxe.
Yeah, extra. That's like I was watching an interview about with Sean William Scott, and then he was talking about Dude, Where's My Car? And then he's talking about doing a sequel, and it's called Seriously, Dude, Where's My Car? That's like the ultra without compromise.
So some things I want to save for when we have the hustlers on, like the pin we did, because I never posted the results, but I'm sure everyone can guess how that worked. What I have? I this was on my dad's birthday. Played some golf. Stepped on my stogie. I don't know if I did or somebody else did. I was swinging, so I had set it down, and then I relit it.
Was it okay?
It was okay, yeah. Rubber cracked a bit. I don't know where I was going with that. I was really excited when I did it at the time because I was like, I'm doing it for the pod. But it's not as exciting retelling this story. I'm not a storyteller.
Yeah. No.
I like to listen to stories. I like to listen to podcasts.
I don't know if we talked about this, but there's a guy at work. I'm getting he's really into cigars, but he has discovered cigar bid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's actually regressing in his cigar
Journey.
journey. Yeah, because when I had met him, he was smoking a lot of like mainstream stuff. I told him about Roma craft, so he mixed in Roma in his variety he'd buy. So he'd go to a shop called Pipe World, and he would buy a little sampler, and it would be like AJ Fernandez, Hoya, Rocky, a little bit of Roma. But so now he's cigar bid regression. So it's CAO, Brasilia, CAO, America, Padilla stuff, a lot of diesel. And he gave me an American that was horrible. But they're $250 a piece, so to him it's a screaming deal. But he keeps telling me, before he brought me that CAO America, he kept saying, Tyler, I got you a cow America. I'm like, oh yeah, I like CAO. And then the next day, dude, I forgot that cow cigar for you. Oh yeah, CAO, yeah, bring that one in. And the next day, I brought you that cow cigar. I'm like, yeah, I love cow, man. Those are a great cigar. Like, how many? I can't correct them 100 more times. Do I just go with it now?
Maybe try to transition him to Chow and say it's Italian because they have the Italian.
There's a Vitola called Chow.
Oh, there you go. And then from Chow, you go CAO.
Yeah, and it's weird too. Like, and then you get the reverse. Like, if he comes to me and says, "Hey, have you tried the new AVO cigar?" I'm gonna choke him, because that means he's really fucking with me. Because wouldn't you pronounce that Avo? You've been pronouncing CAO like cow. Now you're gonna do the letters.
That one I didn't.
There's no periods in it.
I said AVO for a while. I'm gonna start out.
There's no periods in there.
Yeah, well,
CAO has periods.
Saint DuPont, my guy.
Saint DuPont. ST DuPont.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Brandon had to tell Megan about not Megan. Brandon had to tell Kelly about your pearl necklace you got.
I feel like I'm still under a rock. How everyone knows that. Maybe you guys all watch like Beavis and Butthead, because I wasn't allowed to.
No, it was where did it? I think what kind of made that more mainstream was Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Okay.
Webcam thing. But like Matt Booth told me he was gonna give me a pearl necklace. And I'm like, come on, Booth.
You went a little bit robotic there. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I don't have Wi-Fi here. I'm in Wisconsin. There's no technology. Dude, if you want to fuck time machines, if you want to go back to the 90s and 80s, come to Wisconsin, drive about 20 minutes outside of Milwaukee, and you'll be in the 80s and 90s, man. The clothes, they still wear the same shit. It's a fucking time warp. But
you remember how a few weeks ago I said one of the guys who hangs out at my lounge was going to Wisconsin, was going to be really close to the country?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he texted one of the other guys I work with last week. He said, "Oh, does Dom want anything to be picked up?" I said, "Yeah, dude, Roma and Patina, because we don't carry those." He's like, "Oh, what you asked like 40 minutes ago, the Roma rep was here," or something to that effect. So I don't know if he's gonna actually grab something, because then I should have said an SBC, because I think Lake Country got those in.
The Roma rep.
That's what he said. That's what through the chain. We gave him a telephone. That's what I heard. And I wasn't sure what that meant, but maybe it was probably Romatron. It's like, "Hi, I'm Romatron."
When was he there?
This was last week. He might still be there. He was there for like 3 weeks. So I don't know when he's coming back.
I mean, if he said like, "Oh, the Roma bitch was there," I'd be like, "Yeah, I was in town a couple weeks ago." You
Hmm.
know, the guy who sometimes puts stickers on boxes, he was here. But maybe the intern,
He
the
definitely wasn't
Chris.
referring to you because you would have said, "Oh yeah, of course I know Dom," and then you'd have had that conversation. Not like, "Yeah, buy this Neanderthal guy who works at Alona Cigar Lounge, which I've never heard of in Fremont, California. Never been there."
My mom's gonna be out your way. You guys should hook up. I mean, you guys should meet up, link up.
So you can visit your brother.
No, you guys had organized something. I thought. Yeah, she'd meet my brother.
Nice.
She's a nice lady, Dom. Take care of her. You break her heart.
Make her a burrito or something.
Yes. Oh, she's leaving Friday. Maybe she'll get some queso.
Not
Out
here.
there.
Nope. Good luck. Maybe some guac.
I don't know if she's gonna handle it. She had me Monday night until Thursday morning, and then my brother Friday till whenever.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Okay, since we haven't done nerd word stuff in a while, so what do you think the past tense of podcast is?
Potted.
No. I didn't look this up, so I can't say for certain, but I did find out that the past tense of broadcast is broadcast. So using the transitive property of mathematics, I think it would be podcast. Like we podcast yesterday. It sounds weird.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to a podcast today, and they said there are more people. There are more podcasters than people who listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
It's insane. So
Yeah.
that's why I really appreciate each and every one of our listeners, and we should have
And we appreciate our sponsor. Yes.
CigarNoise. Dave West is the man, the myth, the legend. He does all the social media and website stuff, editorial and newsworthy stuff for smallbatch.com. Check out their latest review. They added a fourth person, and what are the odds they reviewed a Adventura, which one of the podcasters is like a helper for.
Yeah.
I don't know what this person's role is. Sorry.
Well, I mean, look at the second one. I don't care about the first one. That the La
Second
Grande
California one?
No, the second review that we've done, La Grande Classe Rex Illusione. That was my pick in our lounge for January. February it was La Madrina Shade by Dapper. Both of those we've done recently, both box purchases. I'm happy with my palette.
No, yeah. That's a great cigar. I think I said it before, but Skip bought a bundle of those at Smoker's Abbey. He keeps them in the vacuuming. That's a good size. I wish it was a little fatter.
Great size, great price point, and just shoots way above its weight class.
Punches above.
Punches above. Class. There you go. Don't drink the punch. That's my favorite end of shift smoke. Because I don't know how much I'm gonna be setting things down when I'm like bagging trash bags, emptying ashtrays. It's just a good size.
Yeah, my ultimate one was the SGP from Roma. I stopped at a shop today, a TAA shop in Illinois, and I asked them, "Do you guys by chance sell Roma Craft and or patina cigars?" And he's like, "No, we don't sell anything like Roma Craft, Caldwell, Black Label." Yeah, and I'm like, okay. And I said, "Well, you have to carry patina." And the guy's from Chicago. I didn't say that. I was getting a weird vibe from this guy. I've met him before, but not since my glow up. So I don't think he remembers me. But I ended up buying a TAA Illusione. I smoked half of it. Not because it wasn't good, because I got home and I want to take a nap. So I'm staring at it. All $18 of the cigar, where I probably only sold $10 of it. And then bought the I bought the 93 rated new size of the Mickey Rita Tricky Chocolate. That was really good.
I thought it was solid too.
So,
hey, Southern Draw, they came out those 3-packs.
Yeah, the Picadolas or whatever.
Okay, well here's the thing. What is on the image? What is the image on the pack?
Armadillo.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic because the word is actually a 6th grade spelling word that I used to teach, peccadillo. But I feel like people would be prone to saying peccadillo, but they throw an armadillo on there, and you got to say the L. I think that's the thought process that went into it. It's brilliant.
Onomatopoeia.
No, that's not what it is at all. That's completely different. Do you know what a peccadillo is, though?
Armadillo.
Use peccadillo in a sentence about a cigar. Go.
Just walk. I can't. I don't know. I'm not in the mood. Stop it.
I would say it's a peccadillo to light a cigar with a barbecue lighter. It's a small sin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say sick or legit or dope.
No, I don't. I feel like I don't use that much slang. That's because my housemates use more than I do. Dude. The $40 cigar range. What are you grabbing?
Sick. I'm grabbing 4 Neanderthals.
No, that's actually a good answer. I know, because I was talking with manager and some other guys, and I was talking up the Atabey and the Byron, and they were way more into, because we don't carry United. We might start, but we have San Parai. If you've tried any of their stuff, really good actually. Like, tastes.
You must have a lot of stock
Of San Parai. Or
if you're
what?
trying to push to that.
Dude, I had one because it was not because I bought it at that price point, but it was a gift from the lounge for Christmas, and it was completely different than anything else we carry.
No, they're solid. They're actually solid. Yeah. Every torpedo or Bellicoso I've had has had tar buildup.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't notice that, but I think I might have another one. I don't know if it's a torpedo or not.
Yeah, but $40. I mean, I'd get the Padron 80 year. It's like 35 here.
Yeah.
Now Davidoff, if I saw Year of the Rooster or whatever last year, Year of the Tiger, I would grab that because that's the most like non-Davidoff cigar I've smoked. So I've liked it. Me and Dominican tobacco do not get along. Oh, I got to tell you a funny story. So all of us go to lunch together. Lunch. They dropped me off at the airport. Me, Brandon, and Kelly, and their daughter. And I had been telling them, hey, I want to take you guys out for lunch. I appreciate you guys letting me crash on your couch. Kelly making the cake balls. You drive me around. So I said, I want to take you guys out for lunch. He's like, no, we're taking you out for lunch. I'm like, no, I'm taking you out. So we're fighting over that. So we get to this restaurant called Celebration. It's like a home style comfort food joint. It was really good. So we get there, and then them 3 have to go to the bathroom. So the waitress comes, and I'm like, whatever you do not let this gentleman pay, because I guarantee there will be a fight. So I gave her my credit card, and she's like, all right. She put it in her back pocket. So we're ordering stuff, and I'm in my head, I'm like, yeah, this will be about $80 meal. Not that I was concerned about the price, but I'm just like, no, I'm like, because we're all ordering whatever we want, and it's like, like comfort food, so it's usually more expensive, but it is during lunch. The bill comes, and he like starts to hand it, and Brandon is sitting close to the waitress. So Brandon snatches the thing and gives her a card, and she walks away. And I'm like, I told this lady that I'm paying under no circumstances is he paying. So she comes back with the receipt and everything and says, your buddy over here paid for it already. So it was not. I wonder if I would have said that right away, or would you have waited to say that? Like why would she even take his card?
I think she did the right thing.
Okay, now that
I think what would have happened, playing this back, if she said, "Oh no, he already said it," then it goes into, "No, I've got it. No, I've got it. No, I insist." That weird tug of war.
Yeah, no, you're right. Cause I was replaying it in my head, and I'm like, and well, if she takes it, then there's no more arguing, and then she comes back and she already has my card and it's already paid for. I apologize because I even said to her when she got back, I'm like, I told you I was paying for it. She's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm a moron.
No, you're taking one for the team because your conscience is the only one kind of muddled in that scenario. He's fine. Brandon's thinking like, oh, I got him. Waitress is thinking, I'm doing the right thing. You're just like, what is she doing? So you're uneasy for a little bit versus you and Brandon being uneasy and waitress being like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I think I'm
okay. That's why I'm not a waiter or a waitress because
have you ever been?
It's chess. I play checkers, man. No, real quick though, my first job was at Jewel Osco. It's a grocery store. I worked there from sophomore year. I was 16 until 18. Real quick, a couple stories. One, after a year working there, my buddy or my boss said, I really thought you'd be a great worker because it was your first job, and walked away. Also, on my second day, I was working there with some friends from high school, and I grabbed a loose piece of toilet paper and I whipped it at my friend. Right when I did that, the manager walked across the aisle and said to me, called me over, and I'm like, fuck, here we go. He's like, I need you to stay away from those two guys. They're bad news. Like, kind of like I had promised, but these two they're lost causes. And then last story about that place. I have like a million stories because I worked there all through high school. One time I did it, I stopped showing up, and I had my dad call and get my job back like a bitch. Yeah, he got my job back. But yeah, I started there at $6.40 an hour. But I went Jewel Osco, and then I went to Home Depot. And then when I was at Home Depot, I was going to college, and I went on a trip, and I was at the airport, and I'm looking out the window, and I'm like, that would be a dope ass job. I went on my trip. I came back. That night I came back, I logged into our family computer, and I applied at every airline that was hiring. And the worst airline called me back, and I worked there for 3 more years. And then Southwest, the only jobs I've had. So no, I've never been a waiter or work. I've always wanted to work at a Qdoba so I can make myself a fat ass burrito. But other than that, nothing. What about you? Name your jobs real quick.
I was a mascot for an insurance company at a minor league baseball game.
Ooh.
That was cool. Working with my ex-girlfriend at the time. Like, she had to stand there with me, make sure I was hydrated, and she hated my guts. I did maintenance. So my grandfather, when he was around, owned a nursing home, and so that was the family business. My dad worked there, my uncles worked there, my mom worked there a little bit doing legal work, but I did maintenance at the nursing home for like 4 summers and 3 winters, I think. Did maintenance at my college after I graduated. I interned as a social media person, marketing at a Hillel, which is a Jewish organization, while in college. I was the only non-Jewish person on the staff. It's pretty cool. Good people. I
Mazel
was a
tov.
brand rep for Chubby's shorts for men. One of the one of the top in the nation, might I add. Even though it was,
Influencer.
yeah, that was my beginnings. Uh, I did sales marketing for a startup app, food delivery app that never took off.
Now it's Grubhub.
I was a bartender at a nightclub in the Central Valley. That
Was
was
it a gay
interesting.
club?
It was not. No.
Because you give up a lot of like bear vibes, like just like you're a hairy dude. Like you remind me of like that Burt Reynolds poster of him laying down
Dude, have
naked.
you
That's
ever
kind of like
have you ever gone on Instagram late at night and
no.
go on hashtag cigar on the tag late at night?
Yeah,
That's all you'll see. That and Cubans from everyone overseas, that's their daytime.
yeah. There was yeah, uh, mm, yeah.
Cigar catering at like golf events, whatnot, until that company went under during COVID. Teacher might have missed one or two, but that was it.
You've had a lot. That's a lot, man.
And now at
I mean, I
the
guess
lounge.
yeah. I
Yeah.
guess well, when you're in school, you can only do you find your kind of part time gigs and stuff like that.
See, no, I was spoiled in high school and college. Other than that internship in college, I didn't work except for summers and winter break. And yeah, high school didn't work.
I remember my high school teacher telling me about my job. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, Coach K, I get $120 every single week. It's like my birthday every single week. I used to get $100 from my parents. And he's
Nice.
like, yeah, I mean, he's like, yeah, it's cool working, I guess. It builds character, but that's about it. I'm like, maybe I should be focusing more on my studies. But I should have been, especially in Spanish. I shouldn't. Man, my senior year, I skipped class 2 times a week, this whole day. I
Were there any
fucked up.
jobs you applied to that were kind of out there?
Uh, oh, a dietitian at a
Oh,
nursing home, and I was, fat. So how could this?
yeah.
How could I be Which basically a dietitian was, you would just scoop their mac and cheese on the plate.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now a job I
Lunch lady.
really wanted. Yeah, the job I really wanted, I would have been like Paul Blart. I wanted to work at a hospital and be a guard. I didn't get that job. I had a full interview, and it was at Wheaton Franciscan Hospital. And then another job I really wanted. I don't know why, but my first job at the airport was going really shitty. So I started applying at a bunch of different places, and uh, I applied at a Lowe's, because I had worked at Home Depot, and I went through initial interview, and then I went through a secondary interview, and they never hired me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm literally taking a downgrade in my job from like airport sales agent, because they were all like that's another job where you have an interview and you talk about that job. The person interviewing you has a million questions because they don't know how any of the airline industry works. So like they were really interested, engaging. I was engaging and stuff. I'm like, you motherfuckers didn't hire me. I used to run a Home Depot, motherfuckers. You can't hire me to run hardware at fucking Lowe's. But it worked out. I mean, because not too much longer, I moved down to Indy to get my job at Southwest Airlines, and next month will be 11 years. I hit the top of the pay scale. Fucking stoked. Get a big raise,
Nice. I forgot I did work at a liquor and deli store as a cashier. High Point.
Wow.
That was the first job I got after graduating college. Cashier at a liquor store.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you
Sandwiches were good
ever
though.
did you ever sell underage kids alcohol?
Nope.
What if they were hot?
No. Dude, hot. Okay, I was 24.
Mhm.
So you're saying a hot 20-year-old? No, that's too much of an age gap.
4 years?
They're okay. A 20-year-old's a baby. Like at that time. Now, if you're like a 25-year-old today is a baby to me. How old's let's see, how old is Tyler Ruxel?
24?
Oh, baby.
23? Oh, stop.
No.
That sounds weird when you say it like that.
Oh.
It's
we
a
gotta
baby.
get him on. We gotta get him on. I need to formally apologize. Or maybe I don't know.
Oh, actually, I know he's pretty young. Our boy Nate's getting old though. He's getting long in the tooth.
Yep.
But hey, I still got it that Kim thought that I was younger than you. So props to me for aging like a fine wine.
Cask of Amontillado.
I don't know what that means. Oh,
it's a Edgar Allan Poe poem. Short story, actually.
Oh, save that for Terrence Riley.
Ooh. Is he?
We gotta get him back on.
Yeah, and Kim.
Yeah.
We gotta get a lot of people back on.
Yeah. I want to tell a really quick Terrence Riley story. So we were at TPE. I'm hanging out with Sam and Rosie. They go and visit them at the booth. Terrence is busting my balls about I need to leave. I'm like, well, I'm part of the Fine Ash crew. You can't make me leave. And then I said to him, like, wow, you getting Man of the Year from Dojo really went to your head. And he's like, Person of the Year. And then he's told me I was the mayor of Negative Town. And then we went back and forth, blah, blah, blah. So a day later, I did one of my famous public apologies. No, I said something about Terrence. And I said something about Terrence. And Terrence called me up and said, dude, are you mad at me? And I'm like, Terrence, you don't fucking know me like that? He's like, I know you joke around a lot, but he's like, I just got to make sure once in a while because I joke around a lot too, and some people don't know when I'm joking or not. I'm like, yeah, I know you're joking. Obviously, if you think Mayor Negative Town is going to wreck me as a person, I've been called a lot worse by Skip daily. So Mayor Neighbor Town or Negative Town, that's like saying I'm fat. Like
Dude, first of all,
that doesn't bother me at all. You know,
Zoom does do this. We were having this conversation the other day because Coach Mo on ICS, he gets a thumbs up that just pops up randomly. I think Zoom reads because you kind of did like a sideways hitchhiker thumb and it gave you a thumbs up emoji. That was weird.
No, it's not doing it.
Yeah. You're a robot again. But no, that's the move.
Not mine.
That's the move on Terrence's part. If you think someone's got beef with you or misread something, call them up. I should have done that with Tyler.
Oh, with your thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot what that was, but I think we breached upon it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terrence is fucking funny. Smoking anything good recently?
Oh, an Asylum, Connecticut. Asylum 13, Connecticut. It comes in an orange band and orange tissue. That's a good Connecticut. I only smoked it because it was blind for the shop. I'm kind of trying to do a little bit of marketing. I need to help the manager out with hashtagging and whatnot, but I was impressed. That's, I think, my third favorite Connecticut at the shop.
Oh, at the shop, I was going to say.
Yeah, at the shop. And at a great price point. I think it's $11 with California tax. Around there.
Dude, the hard part about Connecticut's and breaking into that market, there's so many good ones. You know, especially if like the new, it's hard to market that to somebody because the old heads, they're caught on the Romeo y Julietas and Monte Cristos, you know, and Rock Patel vintage and shit like that, stuff like that, not shit, but cigars like that, you know. And then us new smokers, like the young bloods, even though I'm old, we're into like you have full. Well, do you have anything fuller? Yeah, this is strong. You have anything stronger? Like Juan was saying, that's what we want. I feel like, and then we eventually revert back to medium, and then medium to mild, or we start off with a mild and work our way up throughout the day. But that market for us is so small too. It's like, and there's so many really good boutique, smaller brand, small batch Connecticut's out there. You got the Patina, you got Roma Craft, Highclere Castle, the Brule, Aganorsa makes one out. They're still, I think, up and coming. La Madrina, Connecticut. Crux makes a really good Connecticut. Rosa Sharon. If Tatawahe did the TIFF year round, that's up there with a good Connecticut. Black Label Deliverance. I mean, that's a tough Killer Bee, Connecticut. It's a tough market to break into. So it's a but I don't know where CLE or Asylum fits in there. They're kind of in the middle, I think. But that's a tough. Yeah, Connecticut's are tough, man.
You think there's room for more Candelas in the market? Because I do. I think no one's perfected the Candela yet.
Well, you haven't had a Fomorian then.
I have, dude. I smoked it at Weasel Fest.
Well, then that's the perfect Connecticut.
Candela,
Connecticut.
I think that's my number 2. But I've only had one Jake Wyatt, and it blew me away. So I want to try another one, but who knows where to get those, and their price points up there.
Yeah, those are. I don't know why it's one of those brands where I didn't want to like it. Maybe because I heard he's a really cool dude, but some of his stuff on Instagram kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know, but he's a great guy. Like, now I kind of know him. I met him at a trade show. So I went out and tried that. Yeah,
that I would say for a comp, Cavalier for me. What you're saying, I had the same ideas about Cavalier as a company. Yeah, like when they first came out, seeing their booth. But heard good things about was it Sebastian?
Mm-hmm. It's weird how we get that. Like, you're looking at the gold thing, and I'm looking at all the ornate designs on it, and then you smoke it, and that Candela is really good, and then Sebastian's LEs are really, really good. That's why it's so tough to have a cigar brand, because not only are you're just competing against a million different things, and it's so cliquish. But that was a good comp there. Those. I had another question for you, and what do you think about this? They come out with the new limited production cigar, and then they come out with a new limited edition size of said limited production cigar. It's like, so this even more limited.
Yeah, that's a Paladino Especial, highly limited. I'm not a fan of that.
I was trying to think of a comp, but I really couldn't. I mean, would you say like the it just popped in my head. I forgot what it was.
I was gonna go with the naked chicken chalupa from Taco Bell, or just anything that comes out limited and super good.
Oh yeah.
But then they generally take those away. So I think maybe good on them for making them limited runs. But I mean, that was the best thing they had. Probably weren't making the best margin on them. A lot of chicken.
Yeah, a lot of pollo. So on Sunday, my plan was to fly to Dallas and spend the whole day with Brandon, smoking cigars and shooting the shit. I worked till 1:30, and then we have a flight to Dallas, Austin, Dallas, like every hour. And I'm checking out the flights 2 days before, and it's like 20 seats open, 16 seats open, 25 seats, 18 seats, 15 seats, 80 seats, 60 seats. I'm like, sweet, I can finish my shift and hop right on a plane. The next day I looked, 2 seats, 3 seats, 4 seats, 5 seats. It's like, what the? Overnight, all these seats filled up. And I'm like, I didn't get to Dallas until 9 o'clock. And I had to be at the airport the next day at 2 o'clock. So me and Brandon went to a Cigar International Sunday night, and then Monday morning we went to that same Cigar International, and then we got lunch. That was it. But I found out why the flights to Dallas filled up. Southwest Airlines was having a huge rally at, like, they rented out a stadium, at food trucks and shit. So everybody was flying to Dallas. That's why all the seats filled up. And Southwest gave out a lot of rapid reward points to the employees, so everybody just was using them to book these flights. So, but that's my luck, you know. And then the next day, flying out of Dallas, there was 25 seats open. When I went to bed, I woke up, there was one, so I bought the last one the day of.
Middle seat?
No, I got a window, just a little bit of leg room.
Bonus.
Yeah. But yeah, so I had a doctor's appointment today, and then I had to get a COVID test for my MRI tomorrow. So I go to the check. So I go to the COVID test, and I'm nervous, you know. So I tell the older nurse, I'm like, hey, like, I had surgery in my nose, and like, can you please not, like, damage my brain? And she's like, yeah, we don't shove it up there that much like we used to. She's like, I'll be gentle, whatever. So she went in there and did it. And it was so quick and easy. And like, she was an older lady. So I'm like, oh, thank you so much. That was awesome. I was stressing about it. I love you. And she said nothing. It was super awkward. And I walked out.
Would you have preferred if she said, I love you too?
No, it's been funny if she would have said, have a great day.
Yeah.
You know,
But
now, if she was older, I mean, if she was my age or younger, I definitely would have said I love you, because that would have been creepy. But if you're like a mom figure, I mean, I'm a sweet looking boy, man. Take that. That's a compliment. Take that shit.
boys, but I mean, you got to think, like, they're seeing a new person every 2 minutes. It's like a chain. What is that?
Olive Garden.
No chain. Like the manufacturing on a thing.
Oh yeah, it's another cog in the system. It's another. To me, it'd be like another bag.
Another brick in the wall. Not the printing press. I'm thinking of an actual word, like interchangeable parts. It's up there on par with that. The conveyor belt. It's a conveyor belt for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, as much as they want to be humanizing, like, it'd be tough, because you're not going to see that person again probably ever.
Yeah, and it's like and also, but that's unique enough where someone says I love you, where it's not like okay, I was sitting there waiting to go get called in the COVID room, and then they call someone up to check him in. And he's like, and the guy's like, hi, I hear this is where you come to pick up the chocolates at. No, this is a hospital. That's not funny. Or that's kind of like you're at Olive Garden and they're shredding the Parmesan. And you're like, tell me when. And then you keep going and you're like, when? Or you're like, the funniest thing I ever saw was like, somebody's like, I want you to shred it until it gets super uncomfortable and your arm starts to hurt. Like, that's how much Parmesan cheese. Or can you leave me the cheese? Like, just that little stupid jokes you hear every day. I can't even think of them. Like, oh, like kind of like you're ringing somebody up. And so, or you scan something, it doesn't scan. They say, oh, is that free? Like, how many times I heard that at a cigar shop? I wanted to murder somebody.
Do you think this? Oh, I'm going to save this question. I'm going to say it now, but we should have it next week as well when the Hustler's on. So humor changes throughout, like, the times. It evolves. Like, you watch a movie you thought was funny back in the day and it might not hit anymore. The jokes might not.
Yeah.
Does dad humor change with the times? Like, is our version of dad humor when we're older going to be the same as it is today or like 10 years ago?
I hope not. I mean, I hate dad jokes, but Like I think about like growing up and telling my dad I'm hungry. Hi, hungry, I'm dad. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, but the problem I have with my dad when I hang out with him is every time I see him, he'll bring up the same fucking story of something he said to me and it pissed me off. Well, if it pissed me off 20 years ago, it's definitely gonna piss me off now. But he always has to bring it up. Always, every single time.
Tyler,
It'll be like, oh, remember when you got mad at me when I what's up?
do you have a good memory? Actually, you kind of do, especially with like blends.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
No,
I'm going to turn into that dad because I have a poor memory.
no, I do too. I tell people the same story 100 million times. So I gotta cut them slack. Um, I'm just a dick. I need to be nicer. I'll wait till 2023. But it's I don't know. But I want to tell a quick story that's on. It popped in my brain yesterday or Sunday, and I actually texted my mom this. Um, when we lived in Oklahoma, my dad was in the military, and my mom worked at McDonald's, and she needed a babysitter overnight. Maybe my dad and mom were going on a date, or I don't fucking know. But we had to stay there overnight. Maybe they went out of town. I can't remember why, but we stayed at this house overnight. I wake up, my mom, is at the babysitter's house. She's got me and my brother. She's gonna come to pick us up, and I'm like, I'm hungry. So the babysitter made me a bowl of cereal, and she charged my mom whatever for it, like I don't know, maybe $5 for a fucking bowl of cereal. So my mom was like, "We have cereal at home. We're 20 minutes away from home. Can't you wait?" No, I want cereal now. So she makes me a bowl of cereal. I think it was Cheerios, the fruit. I was gonna say Fruit Loops, and
Penny snatcher.
yeah, and the babysitter's daughter was sitting across from me, and she was maybe half my age. I was probably 5, so she's probably 2. She had her whole nose was one big booger. She had all these crusty boogers all over her nose. So I'm like, I'm feeling guilty because my mom bought this fucking bowl of cereal and I couldn't eat it. I did not. I had maybe one spoonful of Cheerios or Fruit Loops or whatever. And we get home and it's clear as day. I'm sitting on my mom's Papasan chair and I'm eating a bag of Doritos, Cool Ranch. And my mom's like, I thought you weren't hungry. And I said, well, and then I told her I was disgusted by that little girl's boogers all over her nose. And that just like a random fucking memory popped in my head. And I told my mom, and she's like, I vaguely remember it, but it definitely sounds like you. But it's just weird, like the shit that just fucking pops in your head. Maybe because I was coming home and I was thinking of memories, or I don't fucking know.
That's what I'm looking forward to, getting old as you. When you get older, you get acute memories of the past. But I mean, your
As
memories
old
are
as
all,
you,
yeah. What you said Nate was getting old, long in the tooth.
yeah. Well, Nate's. I'm trying to like our dynamic. Me, you, and Nate. It's like Nate's the cool kid. Nate's the cool kid. I'm the funny kid. You're the fucking nerd who like we grew up together and me and Nate excelled in popularity in middle school and high school. And we kind of brought you along with us, even though they're like, hey, Tyler and Nate are invited to this party. You're like, well, we got to bring Dom. Fine.
Hey.
If you guys aren't going to come, bring Dom. You're like the McLovin of the Brunch Boys.
So podcast people, the Brunch Boys, Nate, Tyler, myself, I guess Hot Mike, but he's not in the group chat. We have a text chat group. We have an Instagram group. And just today, Tyler added a Facebook message group. So we have 3 portals of, I don't know, spreading ourselves out there.
It's basically look at this motherfucker kind of thing, or look at this group of motherfuckers. And it's not only cigar related. it's a lot of other shit. So
I've got to say, so Nate chimes in usually Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
When he's line up something nice. That's like the one time I never can smoke because I'm either working out or on my way to church.
I'm working on my fitness too. Fitness whole burrito my mouth.
Hey.
Yeah.
For any non-Californians out there, this is the first week that I've been able to go to the gym without a mask. It's fantastic. And Lord willing, Monday I can teach with a mask optional. We'll see.
For the sake of everybody at the gym and their students, keep the mask on. They don't want to see your beard.
Dang it. My skunk beard. Thanks, Skip.
Yeah.
No, everyone, like, I get people like, so my grandparents were like, are you dyeing it? Like, is that a fad? It's like, no, I'm not frosted tipsing my beard. I don't say like that to my grandparents.
If you've seen Peacemaker, there's a running joke about the guy dyeing his beard. Pretty funny. They call him Dye Beard. You need to check that show out. Are you all caught up on Euphoria?
I haven't watched it. Dude, if I have time, my number one thing is to look at the sponsorship thing.
Oh yeah, I told them how busy it's just been. Me trying to get back to Milwaukee 2 times in a 3.5 week span, and it's spring break now coming up, so the airport's getting crazy. Yeah, nuts. Yeah. So I talked to BDP. They're supposed to be on today, but BDP's wife got a big promotion, and I hadn't gotten back to them, so I kind of said, I'm kind of like, okay, good. You know, maybe they forgot. And then Hustler messaged me at 5, and he's like, "Oh, are you guys doing the pod tonight?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I forgot." And then BDP's like, "Oh, I can't do it." And I called you and told you, you're like, "Oh, did you say, oh, that sucks, but we can do," kind of play it off like we didn't forget. And then I'm like, no, I played it wrong. I fucked up.
Oh, good.
But we got to get them on. Maybe we'll get them on and we'll get the contract. But it's a busy time.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. Being an adult is telling yourself next week is going to slow down, and that next week never fucking comes. I think I said it before. There will never be a time where life slows down.
I mean, I enjoy being busy. Like,
no,
I remember
because
being bored is the worst feeling. Like, you can, like, back in the day in high school, play video games and it's a blast, and then you're topped out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad feeling.
Well, that's the whole reason I wanted to go to Dallas, because I got off work Sunday at 1:30. I couldn't fly to Milwaukee out of Austin on Sunday. So I'm like, I'm going to get off work at 1:30, and then I have a full day where I have nothing planned. I'm like, let me go to Dallas. So I was mad that I had a 6-hour gap between the end of my shift and my flight, because I had to go home. But it was actually very productive. I did some stuff around the house I've been putting off, like putting away my laundry and organizing my cigars, and then packing. So it worked out, but I don't like that idle time. Like, I get antsy, like me and Skip will be hanging out watching a movie, or before maybe a movie starts, and I'm bouncing around my chair like I gotta go do something. So I get up and I'll go like refill the coffee, or I'll go refill the cooler in the back, or walk around and do inventory on shit, snooping. And so
I'm probably not going to be going to PCA. My headmaster just asked me today about my summer school availability, and I said I'd get back tomorrow. But man, so my car's in the shop. What
happened with that?
That's the fender bender I talked about. My first accident. Brain fog. I'm gonna chalk up to COVID, but I should have still been able to stop. But I'm going to a bachelor party, buddy's bachelor party in 2 weekends in San Diego. It's going to be so expensive. And I'm committed to going, but like I don't want to do that. And then on top of that, PCA. I'd rather also, like I said, I wanted to visit Austin again. I'm thinking
that'll be really cheap. I can get you a ticket. I can even get you a ticket to Vegas, man, an airline ticket. Because going to Vegas in the middle of summer, no one's flying, so they're gonna be open seats, and we fly nonstop to Austin, so we can check it out.
All right, we'll play by ear because I have to still decide. I would probably, if I can do like summer school in a limited fashion, split with somebody else, another like an intern teacher, that would be ideal. But an Austin visit, I might just like, I'm thinking for, if I'm not engaged yet, but hopefully soon, we'll see. Stay tuned, future podcasts.
Can you record it so we can play it on like live, do it on the podcast, and like bring me in? I can ask you questions.
No.
See if she's real.
She's real. If maybe I don't know if I want to post pictures. But that's in the short term. Me a picture. That's like my immediate focus in the last few weeks, figuring things out like that. But I'm thinking like for a bachelor party for myself, I don't know if I'd want to like go to Arizona, visit shops there, or Austin. Because that's what I'm like. All I want to do is go to a lounge and hang out.
That sounds by like yourself on your bachelor party.
No. I'd be like invite my brothers. You're in the crew. You're gonna have to find some time off. Crew? Yeah, dude.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I talked to you like 3 times more than I talked to anybody else, even though it's not reciprocal. Sad. Yeah, well, that's how it is.
I talk to too many people. Might be the problem.
It's not a problem. Like especially if you're like doing sales, you have to talk to new people every day. You're not doing sales though.
No. No, that'd be cool, man. So yeah, you got to save for a ring and shit.
Oh, that's done.
Oh, look at you! Did you use the 3 months of your income?
Payday loan. No, I saved up for a while, so I haven't been buying as many. I need to re-up because here's the nitty gritty. I plan on proposing soon. I do plan on linking bank accounts with her when we're married. But I probably want to front stock heavy on purchases like cigars, beer, whiskey, things of that nature.
All right, I'm going to send you a box of some shit. I'm going to send you something special that you can smoke after you propose and she says no, so you won't hang yourself. And then,
dang.
Yeah, I'll hook you up. I got to send you some stuff anyways.
Well, oh no, you sent me all the car fresheners. I gotta get better at gifting some people, getting some addresses.
Yeah, I know Brandon wants another one. He wants one, and then Kelly wants one too. I think I have like 5 at my house. But Yogi, shout out to Yogi. He's doing a Visa Horny sticker for me.
Ooh, dude, does he have? He doesn't have a sticker, does he? Or a car freshener?
Yeah, I sent him a couple.
Okay, nice.
I do need to send them a sample of Visa Horny though. I've been slacking on that. Yogi, I apologize. You are way too kind to me. I'm a failure, and I got to do better. No excuses. And yeah, I apologize. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
And Chris Brown. I owe Chris Brown one too. Our good buddy from Pittsburgh. I haven't talked to him in a minute. See, that's the thing. I need to reach out to him because I love talking to him about what's smoking good right now, what's not. That's like with Brandon too. Um, I going back to the brunch boys really quick. I still think one of the running jokes about Nate having a delicate palate is still one of my favorite jokes.
And the fact that he works for Foundation.
Yeah, well, he barely smokes because he's working at home.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he usually only gets to smoke on the weekend, especially in the cold. You know, he's got the mobile lounge like Mo. I tried a
good view though.
Yeah, he's got always got a great view. Yeah. I tried to link up with Mo because I was in Chicago. I stopped at a shop just because I was bored. And dude, there was too many moving parts. I had the podcast tonight. I planned on stopping at my buddy's house who lives on the way to Chicago, but we're linking up tomorrow. And then my mom wanted to do dinner. So I had to cancel all three and because I wanted to take a nap. But fuck. I had to do something I canceled. Yeah, so what I was gonna say about Mo was I didn't give him a heads up at all. I texted him at 1 o'clock, you know, because I don't know how long my appointments are gonna run. And it's so I try to meet up with like everybody, my parents, guys from the cigar shop, guys from high school,
Guy Fieri.
and Guy Fieri. When did he get cool? All these people I try to link up with, and then it's like you got too much going on, and then you end up doing nothing. And then it doesn't feel like you have time off from work anyways. It feels like I have 5 days off from work, but flying takes a lot out of you. All these appointments and running around takes a lot out of you. So,
all right.
So I hope this isn't the last podcast because I go under anesthesia tomorrow, and it's never guaranteed you wake up.
Well, I think I say under the knife.
Yeah,
they're gonna give you a tail.
That'd be dope. Yeah. Do we have anything cigar related? I feel like it's been very light cigar talk.
I feel like it hasn't, but I don't. Okay. I'm not good. I'm still drinking the cast strength rum for Pirate Month. Pirate Month.
Yeah, I mean, if we go look at cigar news, I think the Blackwork Studio coming out with all the limited stuff from Nicaragua for events is pretty cool. I really want to go to Pro Cigar next year. I've never been to the DR. I've been to Honduras. I've been in Nicaragua. I've never been to the DR.
For that 360 video camera footage for Instagram.
Yeah, we could do that. I heard it's expensive, so maybe I'll go down to the DR on my own. I don't know many people in the DR though. So I was, I guess we talked about it. I was trying to leech on the Skip when he went to Quebec-Lara, Alizana. No, fuck me. I can't say one? It. Ernesto Perez's factory. Oh.
Alianza?
Alianza. Thank you. Oh my God, I couldn't get it out of me. Thank you.
Yeah. It's a first for me. Feels good.
Yeah. You're retaining stuff.
Well, the only reason I know that is because Small Batch Discount has the Alianza. The Scotty's Corner, which is now renamed.
Yeah, Closeout Central.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude. If you guys aren't following this Instagram account, please follow it. It's called Hoodville. And it's a lot of I don't know, it's just it's funny. If you're familiar with Future and all the memes he does, and it's a lot like Future, the ultimate alpha male. He cheats on everybody. He has 10 kids. And so they'll talk about somebody like, oh, she belongs to the streets. She works at Burlington Throat Factory, instead of Burlington Coat Factory. So like, I don't know why. I think that's so fucking hilarious. I mean, I shouldn't be saying that on Women's Day, International Women's Day, but Burlington Throat Factory is probably one of the top 10 funniest things I've heard in a while. And I really like Tom Segura. He's a comedian. He's fucking hilarious. He moved to Austin. He ditched California, like you should do. But also, I did a couple of stupid videos. Did you see those on Instagram?
Dude, those were funny.
They're like reels?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I don't know how you view them because they're not on my grid. Like I'm like, I do not want this to be easily found. Like where you click, like you going through my Instagram feed, they're not on there. You have to go to the video app to see them.
Tyler.
But
Tyler,
what's up?
Please don't try to make one of those like every week. Only when you're in that mood.
No,
those are gold.
Okay, good. Because I'm very rarely in those in that mood. So
the same amount that you post on your Cigar Simp burner account.
Do you like that? I'm following one person and it's Viso. I should follow Viso and T-Fab.
T-Fab?
T-Fab, skip.
Oh yeah.
We should have a Brunch Boys account. And it's just like cigars and breakfast food.
We haven't really involved Nate other than like the chat and whatnot. A call every semester.
Yeah, he FaceTimed us the other day and I was at work and
dude, I was in bed.
When you FaceTime somebody, like let's say there's like a group of 3 and I'm FaceTiming you and Nate, if only one of you answers, it's weird. Now, there's been a time where both of us answered. That was back during Christmas, I think. November, Thanksgiving, I was working. And all of us were on there. Maybe it was October. But we were all on there. But if only one person, it's like, oh, well, I wanted the other guy too. So we'll talk later. Like, it's kind of weird if not everybody who's invited joins.
I have one closing thought.
Yeah, go
ahead. No. Do yours first.
I posted a picture today of some McClellan tobacco. They went out of business a few years back, maybe 5-6 years ago. So it's all really aged. Now, I kind of missed the point when they were going for crazy, stupid money. Like they were going, some of those bigger tins were going for like $150. So I kind of missed the bubble. It burst a little bit. Yeah. So somebody offered me $1,500 for those 40 tins. And then my buddy saw it and he's like, dude, one of my best buddies when I used to smoke pipes and shit. He's like, dude, that can go on the low end like $3,000. If I take it to Chicago at the pipe show. My buddy's got a table. He's gonna be selling his cellar of tobacco. So I took it down because I got a lot of interest and I had no idea what I wanted to sell it for. I was kind of just getting them. But I'm gonna take it. I'm taking all my pipe shit down to the Chicago Pipe Show in May, Memorial Weekend. It's in Chicago. It's the biggest pipe show in the world. I haven't been to it in years. Yeah, I haven't seen those guys. That's another group of people I haven't talked to. There was like a group of us we all met on YouTube of pipe smokers. And we would go to St. Louis pipe shows together. We do pipe meetups in Wisconsin, Chicago. We go to the Chicago Pipe Show every year. Like in my early 20s, and like great group of guys. Northern Bohemian, The Diabetic Man, like Smoking Pipeliner. Like these dudes were popular YouTube guys, you know.
Is Don Juan the Piper in that?
Yeah, he's in that group too.
Nice.
Don Juan is fucking hilarious. We do videos at a shop called Yuli's, but we'll close out on me done talking after I tell this last story about the Chicago Pipe Show. So, you know, I was in my early 20s. I wasn't making a lot of money, and so I wanted to go to the pipe show, but it's too far to drive from Milwaukee. It's like a 2-day, 3-day thing. So it's too far to drive back to Milwaukee every night, and I was poor, so I didn't want to spend money on a hotel. So I found somebody who was also in the pipe community on YouTube, and I shared a hotel room with him. And
Kind of
I had never
sketch.
met him in person. Yeah, it was. Short story long, the guy doesn't pay his half of the hotel room.
Oh,
Yeah, and this guy's like 45 years old. It's like, dude, you don't have money for the pipe show? So basically, one night I took a dump in the room, in the toilet, and it clogged. We've all been there. It's not it's not like I took a dump in the bed or I came home drunk and puked. I clogged the fucking toilet. I called housekeeping. They unclogged it. So the guy told me he didn't want to pay for the hotel because I clogged the toilet. He didn't have to stick his hands in there and unclog it. The fucking hotel staff did.
I'm not trying to one up you, but today at school during my prep period, take a restroom break, and the one ply toilet paper ripped at the least opportune moment.
Oh boy. So what I'm saying is we've all been there. I didn't commit a sin. I didn't bring a hooker back to our shared hotel room. I used too much toilet paper to make sure I had a clean anus. And that was my downfall. It's not like I take uh, Asylum April Fool's Day sides turds and try to flush them. No, it was a normal dump. I used too much toilet paper. I didn't do a courtesy flush, and it clogged. He didn't, so he thought he didn't have to pay me $250. Back then, that would have broke me. It did. Well, luckily, the guy who set us up, he paid his share, which he shouldn't have done that. He's like, I'll try to collect the money from him. Here's, because the guy was like, this guy's in his 40s too, so he's got money, where the other guy didn't have money. But I mean, dude, I took a dump and I clogged the toilet. Whoopie fucking do. I fixed it. I didn't leave it simmering in the hot sun for 3 days like a corpse in the, right? And yeah, you agree with me.
Tyler, I think we're neural linked because that was a perfect transition. This Friday, a few days from now, I'm going to be smoking the Asylum April Fool's 9x90 and drinking 2 Colt 45s because that equals 90 at the shop.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do they have them at the shop? Do you have one for me?
Yeah, we got 2 boxes. So I think
I'm not going to buy them from you. It's going to be like $180.
Yeah, that's you can find probably a better deal.
I found one in Chicago, but I didn't get it.
Yeah,
the taxes are bad.
I'm doing it with one of the other guys that works there. And we opened it up. Anybody wants to participate with us? It's going to be an event.
So what, you got in trouble and they're making you smoke it, or somebody paid?
Initially, I wanted to drink 2 40s and then a 10-ounce beer. But I realized that
at the 100
just by itself would be bad news bears. So 2 Colt 45s, 2 tall boys. I'm going to spread it across. I mean, it's a 9x90, so we'll see how it goes.
I wish you good fortune in your future. Isn't that from Game of Thrones?
Good fortune in your future?
Have you watched Game of Thrones?
Yeah, that was big when I was in college.
The scene where young Ned Stark fights that really good swordsman, and then he gets to see his sister give birth to Jon Snow.
Was he in flashbacks?
Yeah, it was a flashback, and then it turned out he wasn't really a hero. Like, he stabbed the guy in the back.
Oh.
I forgot what his name was, but he was like the best swordsman. And for Ned Stark to kill him, it was like, what the fuck? But he's like,
Paul True.
They're trying to work it out, and the guy's like, well, and Ned's like, you got my sister. We can't squash this. He's like, all right, well, I wish you luck in your future, whatever. But it was fucking a cold ass line. Like, the dude was like, had 2 fucking swords and was just like mowing through fucking all of them. And then one of the down guys stabbed in the back. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Well, between now and the future, I'm gonna take another look at the doc, see what BDP sent over. And I'll probably email you. I'm not sure if you were CC'd in that last email he sent back to me.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
No, not that one. I got one email. Yeah, but have you listened to any of his stuff?
Yeah, I listened to their last one.
Been on their podcast
where they mentioned that the ball is in our court.
Okay.
And he, I think they said I'm the smarter. Oh, Mike is like, oh, who's that guy? Oh, yeah. He's a nice guy. I'm going to come out guns a-blazing. I'm going to have rum readily available. It's not going to be a lost podcast, but I'm not going to be the nice guy.
Oh, man. I hope we got to prep. I mean, we're going up against the number one podcast on Podbean.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to bring our A game.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any dirt on the Hustler they want to give us, something we can work into our thing, let us know. Yogi, Ben, a lot of people, Mitch. I'm sorry that you got brought into the witch hunt about the Patreon account. We'll talk about that on the pod. Yeah, but hey, Mitch is a soldier, man. I mean, if me and you were drowning, and then Mike and Mike were drowning, Mitch would definitely save the Hustlers over the boys.
What is he like? Grab my legs and he's gonna egg beater with his hands? How do you save two people from drowning? You can barely save one.
Okay, so if I'm drowning and BDP's drowning,
no,
it'd be I'm drowning and Hustler's drowning. He's saving Hustler. You're drowning and BDP's drowning. He's saving BDP.
So he has a figure 8 life raft.
Well, maybe it's he's saving them. He's saving because we got to start this Hustler versus boys.
Dude, didn't I say that like over a year ago? We had to start some beef with them or something.
Who would have known that beef turned into us breaking bread with them?
I thought you were going to say beef turned into porking.
Beef and
turn in next week.
Tune in next week as we beef with the Hustlers and then break bread. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Rock and roll. Keep those cigars on ice.
Bada bing.
Yeah.